All right, here we are. There's really, I really don't know. So we already talked about Edwin and McCann. Not going to bring them back. But we only got 8 guys here. We got Giles is pretty much the biggest one there. I mean, he's obviously the biggest one there. 91 overall. No one's really close. I might see what he's looking for. I think usually the term, the 5 years that they put on to start, that's what they're looking for. So he wants a 5-year deal worth $8.6 million a year. Man, I don't know if he's gonna come down on the years much, because he's most likely gonna regress soon. Like usually in MLB The Show, age 30 is the time when everyone like really starts regressing. So he's probably not going to stay at his higher level of play for 5 years. Who else we got? Cishek. I don't know. He's coming off the worst year of his career too. I mean, he just had a 5.67 ERA when no other year he's been above 3, and that's only 2 of the years. And he wants a 4-year deal that's going to take him through when he's 38. Yeah, I don't think we're going to give him a 4-year deal. We might be losing Cishek. I will also have no remorse in letting Gio Gonzalez walk either. And Kelvin. I almost said Kenley. I wish we had Kenley. But no, Kelvin Herrera gone. Gio gone. McCann gone. Edwin gone. Cishek gone. So I guess the only guys to really consider here are the 3 on the left. Giles, maybe Colomé, and maybe Larry. What do these guys want? Larry wants $5 million a year. Man, some of these requests, I don't want to give it to him. 5 years would be through 35. I know $5 million a year isn't like a crazy amount, but I don't see him being worth that. I don't see him being on the MLB roster for much more than 1, maybe 2 more seasons if we keep him around. Colomé is only looking for $2.9 million a year. Wasn't he on? He was on a $10 million contract. I don't think we can go back and see it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing we were paying him $10 million last year. So major, I don't know if discount's the right word, but he also wants 5 years. Maybe 5 years is just the default. Maybe that's not actually. No, because this is 4. I don't know. I think I am gonna go ahead and put offers out to these 3 guys. Maybe more of a team-friendly deal. I don't know. Giles, I might look to keep around. I might bump his time down to 3 years, but I might give him a little bit more. I might give him $9 million a year, because if we can have that shutdown closer, I mean, that's important, and he could be that. I know we had Michael Givens, and he was in our closer role, but that was more because of the season he was having. If we bring both of them back, probably gonna have Giles be the closer. All right, we're gonna see what he thinks about this offer. So yeah, I forgot. So he doesn't accept it or deny or reject it immediately. You gotta wait, but he seems to have pretty high interest in it. Colomé, his offer looks fine to me too, and I think if we move his role to bullpen, which obviously he'd be in the bullpen, he's liking it. So if we can bump it down to 2 years, that's probably way more ideal. I'm fine giving him $2.8 million a year to get that interest all the way up. Let's offer him that one. All right, so I've made an offer to Giles and Colomé. No qualifying offers are going to be made. I'm not going to offer Larry a contract yet, but that doesn't mean we're not going to bring him back. I'm just going to wait to see who else is in the market, because if we can get somebody who might be a little better, even if we have to spend a little bit more, it might be better. Just because if Larry's wanting 5 years and he's already 30, I just don't know if that's the kind of offer I want to give. So we're going to see. Maybe if no other team's interested, and we can bring him back at more of what we want. But I think we're good here. I'm good letting everyone else go. All right, so I think we're good to sim here. Because, yeah, those are really only the 2 offers that seem worth it to actually do. So we're going to go ahead. Nobody's accepted yet? Oh, it doesn't. Okay. So it doesn't give notifications for some reason. I feel like whenever I used to play, it always used to give a notification once you've signed somebody. Maybe that's a setting. But it looks like we got Giles back. The Reds re-signed Bauer, though, so he was kind of a guy I was thinking would be available to bring in as a nice stud in the bullpen, in the rotation. Alright, I turned those notifications on, so hopefully we won't miss anything next time. And column A is not here on this screen either, so I'm assuming that means he actually did accept. Yeah, okay, so we got column A under contract then for 2 years. Okay, good. Both of those were contracts that I was kind of liking. Alright, so yeah, I guess we're good to go ahead and sim past this point. And then now I think that means all the free agencies opened up. Mookie Betts is a free agent. Alright, I'm seeing this screen here. Select a 40-man roster before the Rule 5 draft, and Nick Madrigal is on that list. So yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to put him on the 40-man if I'm expecting him to not only be on our big league team, but start. Yeah, okay, so we got Madrigal. He's safe. I'll look through that again in a bit just to make sure, but I want to see who the free agents are. Wow, okay, so Mookie Betts is in play, because I guess he never signed that big extension in this game like he did in real life. That would be fun if we brought him in. Well, what would he even be looking for? 31 mil a year? I could do that. I could offer him that. Man, if I brought in Betts, that would upend everything. That'd be interesting. We'll see. There's no big pitchers, though. No big starters, at least. And then you got Liam Hendricks as really the only good reliever. I mean, I guess Hand and Doolittle are solid. But we also got Real Muto. Not really interested in looking at him because we have Grandal. I'm fine with Grandal. Yeah, I don't really think there's anyone else huge that really makes me... Because it's really only pitchers that I feel like I need. I think our entire lineup of position players is good. Like, I don't really think we need to adjust anything there, unless, I brought in somebody huge like Betts. So I think unless I decide I want to try and go for Mookie Betts, this is probably going to be a pretty quiet offseason. So I think I'm probably going to go through my own guys here first, make sure I get back who I want, and then after we sign all those guys, we'll see what our money situation is looking like, and then who knows, maybe we'll see what Mookie Betts is looking like. Alright, so we got a bunch of guys arbitration eligible here. Moncada, Giolito, Mazzara, those are pretty big ones. Montgomery. So I'm pretty sure I know how to handle arbitration. It's just like we can negotiate with them, but they don't become normal free agents, I think. Like, I don't think other teams can go out and sign them as long as we've offered arbitration. So may as well, for the guys I'm looking to bring back, offer the arbitration, but we can still try to negotiate with them. Obviously, Moncada's going to get a bigger salary. I don't know, probably no matter what, that hearing would side with him anyway, so we might as well offer him whatever. Let's just say $700,000. That's not going to be what it is if it goes to that point, but at least we got him offered. So I think that means no matter what, no other team can sign him until that hearing. Actually, I think that means no matter what, no other team can sign him. The worst possible scenario, I think, is us only getting him for 1 more year and then the arbitration panel siding with him and paying him whatever salary he submitted. But we can still offer him a big contract, which is kind of what I want to do. I don't want to see him going anywhere. It seems, though, that he's not super interested in a long-term deal. Like, I know the interest went way down, but that's just because on a 4-year deal, he becomes a full-fledged free agent. So he's obviously going to want more if we're taking up some of that time. But even when we bump it up from 2 to 3, his interest goes down. So he might not be looking for something super long-term, which honestly is fine, because we can always do that later. Especially if we only do 2 years. Then we have, after this contract runs out, we have another year that he's arbitration eligible before he becomes a free agent. So I might just go ahead and offer him this 2-year deal he's looking for. Alright, yeah, bumped up the salary a little bit. Hopefully he accepts it. That seems fine. That seems like a good deal. Alright, let's move on to Giolito. Not that I don't want Givens back, but he's not as high of a priority for me. So he's looking for a little bit longer term of the deal, 5 years. Fine with that. 9.6 mil. Honestly, man, that's not bad at all. And we could probably bump that interest up if we move him up to ace, which he will be, since there's no other free agents to bring in that are going to be better than him. So there's really no reason not to do this. Maybe I backload the contract if we still want to look at the bets option. Hopefully that's a good enough deal that he accepts. All right, well, Mazara was already getting paid decently here, 5.56. But we're going to look to make an offer here. He's looking for some money, but he doesn't seem to want to be signed too long term. And yeah, that salary number goes up quick the longer we want him for. I mean, I do want him. I was talking about how good he was, and I like his swing and everything, but like, I can't get this Mookie Betts thing out of the back of my mind. And the thing is if we do get him, maybe I don't want Mazara for more than 1 year. So I don't know, man. We already offered him arbitration. I might just offer him this 1 year deal. And honestly, the 1 year deal he's looking for at 5.3 is lower than arbitration was, I think. So maybe I just offer him that. I think I'm going to do this because I feel like if I offer him, I'll actually do that because I think it was 5.56 is what the arbitration was. And I feel like the game will just know if I offer him less than what the arbitration was, he just won't sign and he'll just take the arbitration money. So I kind of would rather just get him locked up now. But I think I'm going to do that because, man, I'll be honest, I just can't get that Mookie thing out of the back of my head. I don't even know if I'll have enough money for it. Either way, we'll still have a chance to sign Mazara after next year. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and offer him that. We're going to need Montgomery back, too. Montgomery, 6.6 mil a year is not much, but it does extend into his free agent period. And, man, see, here's what my thought is. I don't want to be stingy, like, with everybody. Like, that's not what I'm going for, but that's just kind of what happens, or what's happening right now. But there's a couple of reasons. First reason is, like, I don't realistically know how much of this franchise I'm going to play. Just with my track record of posting, I don't know if I'll really play more than 3 years into this, if even. So, like, if we only sign Montgomery to a 3-year deal, that might be all we need him for. And even not thinking about that, a 3-year deal still takes him to 30. So, like, by that point, he could start regressing, and we might not want to have him any longer than that anyway. So I think I am going to keep Montgomery at this 3-year deal. We'll go for this 4.2 mil a year. Backloaded 3 years. All right. So I'm here sitting on Rodon now, and honestly, again, man, I don't see the reason in offering him more than this 1 year deal for his arbitration, because as soon as we make it past his arbitration time, he wants almost double the salary, which makes sense, but with how I was talking about the pitching situation before with Kopech and possibly Cease, like, if they develop, we might not want Rodon in the rotation anyway. A 1 year deal does not seem cheap to me. It just seems smart. We'll just keep him there because we do gotta obviously remember we're not like we're still a win now team. Obviously, like, we want to win next season, so we still want the good players. And right now, Rodon is better than Kopech or Cease. So for this next season, he's still going to be a better option probably. So we're going to go ahead. Yeah, I'll offer him that. And then we'll also get the arbitration in. All right, now what? Don't really care about any of these 3 bottom people. Adam Engel, I don't really know if I need to bring him back either. I mean, we might as well offer the arbitration. I'll just go minimum, but there's no reason not to. Jace Fry was actually a pretty solid lefty, even though his overall is a little bit lower. He had a pretty good year, so I think we're going to go ahead and try and bring him back. All right, 5 mil over 3 years. That seems, maybe I'm overpaying him a little bit, but that's fine. He was good. It's always good to have a lefty in the bullpen. We'll just see what happens here. If we offer him 1 year for 2.2 mil, even though that's like a whole $1 million less than the arbitration number I put in, maybe he'll sign. We can save $1 million, get him for another year. I really can't help but feel like I am just being cheap on some of these deals, but like, I don't know. It just makes sense, especially if I can't get that Mookie Betts thing out of the back of my head. If I actually want to make a serious offer for him, this does not seem like the bad option. All right, so what do we got then here? Tender contracts. I think this is mostly renewable guys. All right, so yeah, we got to offer anyone who's renewable, we got to offer them a contract by December 2nd. If they decline, I still think that means they don't sign anywhere else, and we can just renew their contract in February for whatever price. All right, well, there's probably not going to be anything super interesting on all these. I remember from franchises in the past, these are pretty much just like mindless offer to everybody, so we just have a full roster type thing. So I'm going to do this. We'll be back. If I go ahead and, like, I know we have some bigger prospects like a Madrigal or Vaughn or Kopech. So if I decide to sign someone to a longer contract, I'll butt back in, but we'll see. Okay, so I actually can't offer any of these minor league guys any more than a 1-year deal. So I guess that's that. We're just going to go ahead and make sure everyone gets re-signed. Alright, so I actually could offer Kopech a longer deal because I think it's because he has some service time. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and sign him through arbitration, because why not? It's not like he wants a ton. I'm pretty much set on keeping him around anyway. Alright, so I got all those contracts tendered, and here's my thinking. So right now it says, this is the only way I think we can see it, but it says right now our total payroll is 95.7 mil for the upcoming season. We have 56.1 mil in pending offers. So if you add that together, that'd be 100. If all those pending offers get accepted, then our salary will be 151.9. Now, if I remember right, when we were looking at the budget screen, before moving to the offseason, our salary for last year was $168 million. That's like, what, a $16 million difference less than what we were paying last season, which is kind of crazy. But remember, we also had like a ton of room with the cash flow. Like we were like positive 1.5 million. So I don't think I'm crazy in saying we can offer Mookie Betts like whatever he wants. And I honestly want to do it. I like really want to do it. So what does he want, man? Right now, I think the Dodgers offer was 7 years. It was 7 years for 217 mil. So I'm fine offering him 7 years. Oh, but that's the max we can offer is 217 mil. So the Dodgers are offering them the absolute maximum they can offer for 7 years. So I guess the only way we can make our contract better is to offer him 8 years, right? I guess we could also give him a player option that makes the interest go up. Sure, why not? That 8th year, you can have the option of whether or not you can come back. I'm sure by that point in your career, you'll have earned it if you want 30 whatever million dollars, even if he's not as good. Dude, I can bring in Mookie Betts. We're doing this. I'm going to offer him this contract. We're going to go 8 years, 248 mil, because that's the max. So that's 31 million a year. We're going to give him a player option, backload his contract. All right, let's put it out there. Let's see what he thinks of it. All right, our offer is above the Dodgers. They both, it shows there that they have max interest, but I know when I offered it, it didn't, like, the green bar or the green circle wasn't completely full. So I don't know if that's actually max interest, but either way, we're above the Dodgers offer. So I think that means that he's more interested in ours. But there's literally nothing else I can do. I mean, I guess I could offer him more years on the deal if that's what he would want, but can't bump the money up at all. So we're just going to kind of have to sit here and hope. All right, so here's something I saw real quick, because I was just kind of checking on the whole 40-man roster situation. So obviously during the March to October, our draft class would have been randomized or simulated or whatever. And it looks like we got a 18 overall A potential at second base, who's already a 61. Not like a 61 is crazy good. And if you look at his attributes, they're not really crazy good. But hey, who knows? He could turn into something good, or he could turn into a decent trade piece. Not a big deal, but I figured I should point it out. But I guess we're good to continue on. So let's all cross our fingers here. We could be bringing in a huge signing. Oh, right away. Man, why would he accept the Dodgers one? All right, well, that's fine. That wasn't in the plan anyway to bring in someone like Mookie, but kind of got myself excited about it once I started thinking. Not like we didn't have a spot for him, but we would have had to make room. We would have made room if we got him, but that's fine. That's fine. We'll see what else we can get now. Realmuto goes to the Marlins. Alright, so it still didn't give the notifications for every single player we re-signed. It only said that we didn't get Mookie. But I think going up here we'll see everyone who re-signed. So if we look at the top, they'll get revealed as we go up. But so we got Mazzara back. He signed his 1-year deal. We got Mendick back. Cease signed to a 3-year deal. Nobody really of note then. And I guess that's going to be how it is. Okay, but we just got a bunch of our guys to sign their little deals. All right, well, man, now I'm just kind of thinking, why not? if we had that much room to offer Betts that contract, let's just try and bolster this bullpen. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can sign Doolittle. I'll even offer him $6 million, max out that interest. Part of me just kind of wants to sign all these big name guys if I can. Like, we could just have a stacked bullpen. So I'm trying to think now. We already have Aaron Bummer and Jace Fry. If we bring in Doolittle, that's 3 lefties. If we bring in Hand, that's 4. Maybe we could even bump Jace Fry out or keep him. I don't know. Might have enough roster room. Dude, I say screw it. Let's see how many of these guys we can bring in. Let's just offer to all of these top arms. See if we can get him interested. Brad Hand will give you $6 million too. We have enough. I mean, if you're gonna bring in Betts for $31 million, there's definitely room to bring in these other guys. Liam Hendricks is a big one too. Let's just do it. Let's just offer him that big deal. Yeah, he's way more interested in ours than other one. I don't know. This might be better than the Betts thing. Like, our bullpen could be absolutely stacked if all 3 of these guys sign with us. We got Liam Hendricks. There's one. We're gonna have to check the transaction report to see if we got any more. All right, so we also got Doolittle. And then Vaughn and Madrigal signed their contracts. That was kind of expected, but those are the 2 minor leaguers who I'm expecting to bring up. But man, we just brought in Liam Hendricks and Sean Doolittle to our bullpen, and we still could get Brad Hand also. This might be ridiculous. We still haven't gotten Givens to sign a deal, but he might just be waiting for arbitration, because I remember the deal we offered him, or his arbitration and his contract were pretty much the same, so he might just be holding out. But dude, why is Sean Doolittle so sad? Okay, but our bullpen as of right now is going to be Sean Doolittle, Alex Colomé, probably Givens, Liam Hendricks, Giles, Aaron Bummer, and then we still do have Joe Kelly and Jace Fry, and we could still be bringing in Brad Hand because we offered the contract to him too. Mizzo gets signed, VR gets signed. Did we get Hand though? Alright, Jace Fry re-signed. We didn't get Hand. And just checking up here on Leury, no one's offered him anything yet, but he still wants the same deal. So I might just throw in an offer for a lot less, maybe 2 years. I'm fine paying him, but well, I hesitate about him because it's not like I really didn't like using him. I mean, we may as well offer him something because he still is a good guy to have on the bench, can play anywhere. That's always handy. Jordan Montgomery signed his contract. I really wish we got the notifications. Brad Hand still hasn't signed though, so I don't know if it's looking good for getting him. I went way past that. I mean, our offer is still his most interesting one. I know he probably wants more years, but I kind of only want to bring in these guys for 1 or 2 years like I did with Hendricks and Doolittle. I think I offered Hendricks 2 years and Doolittle 1. But signing up, or offering at least, to those 3 guys was really just in place of not getting Mookie. So I don't really want to commit long term to anything. Kopech signed his contract and Givens signed his. And there's Brad Hand. We got all 3 of them. Oh my gosh, our bullpen is ridiculous. Giolito still hasn't signed the deal we offered him, so I'm just going to go ahead and bump it up to $10 million a year. Hopefully he'll accept a little sooner. I don't really want to have to worry about arbitration for him. I think I'm also going to offer a little smaller of a contract here to Engel. Just because, 94 speed, there's always use for that, and he's decent in the field. We'll see. But I feel like I kind of have money to throw around. So I guess there's really no reason, now that we got Hand, to stop simulating. So really, up to this point, there's really not much of the offseason left. I'd call it a huge success. Our bullpen is crazy good. We brought all of our core guys back. The only guys that are still out there that were on our roster last year is Lopez, Engel, and then if we go to free agency, Leury. Alright, so Leury's not coming back. He was offered a 1-year deal by the Red Sox, so he took it. Don't blame him. We don't need him. Dude, honestly, I might just sign John Birdie here. He's versatile. He plays everywhere Leury did. He's got better fielding and better speed. His hitting's not quite as good, but he also is going to cost like $5 million less. And he signed. Okay, it took 1 day. Cool. I'm kind of just simming now. We're at the Rule 5 draft. I'm going to go to it. I don't really expect to pick anybody. And I think anybody that I really cared about was protected. Some of these guys being taken, though. Actually, I guess I don't even have a pick. But, I saw like Joey Bart and Taylor Trammell. I really don't think I have anything important in the offseason. So I'm just going to sim until... Oh, hello. Padres want to trade. Yeah, okay. Brian Dozier and some Ronald Bolanos. How bad is he? He's literally their worst starting pitcher on their roster. 54 overall. Already 24 years old with a B potential. Brian Dozier. That basically is a Dozier for Abreu straight up trade, and you really think I'm going to do that? No way. But I think these starred dates are the arbitration hearings, so they sided with Lopez. That's fine. We're paying him money. Man, they're not siding with us at all. Adam Engel sided with him, and they sided with Evan Marshall. Oh, but they sided with us on Gorkys Hernandez. That is it. So what is our final payroll looking like? $172 million. So all of that, and our payroll only increased by $4 million. And we brought in 3 really good relievers. All right. Well, I know there's still like what's it called? Spring training to go through, so I don't know if I should do this now or not, but I'm just going to do it now so we can see the roster before I end this video. But I'm going to be bringing up Kopech. I'm going to leave Cease down there, but I want Kopech to be that 5th starter this year. We're bringing Vaughn up to the MLB. He's going to be probably DH this year, and then Madrigal, moving him to the MLB. I'm just going to bring down Lopez because there's no spot for him if I want to have Kopech be that 5th starter. Not going to move him to the bullpen because our bullpen just doesn't need it. So I'm going to move him down to AAA. He's got option available, and so does this other guy. You guys might not enjoy this because he's kind of a big... I'm on the wrong guy. Kind of a big, big deal. Everyone likes him because of not liking the Astros. But Joe Kelly is just the weakest link, in my opinion, in the bullpen. Jace Fry's a little bit lower overall, but he's also he was a better player last year than Joe Kelly was. So moving him down, he's got an option, but there we go. So this is probably what the team's going to look like unless I decide to switch up Adam Engel and Palka. This isn't the lineup. I also just realized that I originally said I was going to do the whole wait a couple weeks for Madrigal and Vaughn, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to worry about that. We're going to see both of them from day one. Like I said, I might send down Engel and bring up Palka for that bat. Because like I said, we already have Birdie, who is basically Engel, so there's really no reason to keep Engel around too. So yeah, I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and do that right now. We'll move Engel down to AAA. I do want Palka in the big leagues right now. because, dude, 95 power. That can't be down in AAA. We got to have that on the roster. So we're probably going to see Pelika off the bench. He might do DHing against righties, actually, but we'll see. But then this is what the pitching looks like. I'm so excited about this. We've got a good rotation. I mean, it's the same as last year, except for Kopech in instead of Lopez or Gio Gonzalez, whichever one the game decided to leave in. But everyone else, I'm liking what we have. They were all pretty solid last year. And then we got Kopech to see what he can do, but our bullpen is where we're going to shine. Our 3 new signings, Liam Hendricks, Brad Hand, Sean Doolittle, to go with who we already had. I brought back both Givens and Giles. We still have Aaron Bummer, Fry, and Colomé. This might be the best bullpen in the big leagues this year. This is just ridiculous. I did not think going into this that I was going to make that many big signings in the bullpen. But there's nothing else left to do for the offseason, so I'm just going to sim to the last day. And we already renewed everybody, so I'm just going to go ahead and sim through. We are now officially in spring training. So that is going to do it for this episode then. I'll probably do an episode of spring training. We'll just maybe do some player locks with some people, see how some of our new guys look. But I'm excited to do a franchise like this. I haven't done a franchise on the channel. I've tried to, and I just couldn't commit to it. So I'm hoping to stay on this one. And I'm looking forward to it. You know, we won our World Series already through the March to October. So we're looking to repeat this year, and I've got a really good feeling about it. But make sure if you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe so you can see the rest of the franchise as it comes out. You probably won't want to miss it. It's going to be pretty good. But until then, that's all I've got for you guys in this one. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.